Hey y'all, welcome to My Way Mysteries, the channel that brings you interdimensional content, which means that the readings are from a broad and expansive point of view as they are channeled through vast dimensions of space and time and therefore should resonate with you guys whenever you come across them. I am going to pull cards for Nzunza reading. So yeah, if you resonate with the Nzunza energy, you're in the right place. I'm going to pull cards from you guys for you guys. When I was younger, someone like in my family, so like kind of like someone close to me, kind of started to, how do I say, they started bringing across like the notion that I was possibly like not a nice person. um, they would make certain remarks and they would judge the way that I would react to certain situations, and basically take from those situations that I was this specific type of person, right? Um, I would even say they were actually kind of obsessed with kind of like showing that to me or proving that to me. I suppose because they wanted me to work towards being a nice person. When I started the spiritual path, basically they would put across that there's no ways that I would inherit any kind of spiritual power because I'm not a nice person. Um, that such a thing would never ever occur to me. Divinity would never open itself up to me because I just wasn't the kind of person that divinity opens itself up to. And, at this point, I had already been kind of working overtime to kind of, show particularly this person. And I guess at this point, prove to myself, because I guess I was believing them, that I was a nice person and I was, um allowing certain people to actually treat me badly because I had conditioned myself that the parts, when they were saying I wasn't a nice person, they were obviously speaking to the parts of me that speak out when I don't like something, or speak out when I don't think I'm being treated fairly, or just when I think that someone is, even within their own capacity, not acting the best. I also have this thing about me where I tend to mind my own business. I tend to not really care what another person does with their own life. And I figured this was also part of the whole not nice thing. So, I now suddenly had comments when it comes to other people and their life, and how they're living and so forth. And yeah, I would begin to keep quiet when I should speak out. I started to give people leeway to treat me badly, to speak disrespectfully to me, and so forth. And, so as I started getting onto this whole like path or connecting with entities that would teach me about what I would later do or what I now do, um, it started being pretty clear to me that I wasn't a nice person. Motherfucker was telling the truth. I wasn't actually a nice person. But I also realized that I was a good person. Like, I'm a good person. I'm kind and I'm compassionate. And at the same time, I know how to say no. I know how to be fair to myself. I know how to protect myself and stand up for myself. And ultimately, those things made me not so nice. Um, but like I said, I learned that I was a good person. And that's why I had attracted the type of energies that were attracted to me and were teaching me the things that I was learning, that would later help me understand more of myself and also ultimately understand more about people, including this person and why they had perceived me the way that they had perceived me. It was, I was made aware that there's a certain conditioning in society that makes people that have my sort of personality be seen as non-accommodating, bitchy, dare I say cunty, which I actually am okay with. I would actually describe myself in that way. I am a tad bit cuntish. Um, but yeah. And I guess the reason why I'm telling you the story, because it seems like there's some of you that would resonate, where you've kind of been fooled into thinking that this is why you're not part of the team, this is why you're not part of the crew, because, you're too hard on us. And I want you to understand that Inzunza has really high standards for a state of being of a person. And the reason you are the way you are is because uhamba nalo moya lo. It's because uhamba nenzunza. It's because you are connected to inzunza. And the way in which the standard that this energy holds you up to is the same standard that you hold everyone else up to. And it's the reason why you find a lot of things to be mediocre. And it's a reason why you also have compassion and understand that not everybody is going to be the way you are. It doesn't give you the right to think you're better than them or to judge them or anything like that. But also understand that you may be perceived in a certain way. Your energy may sometimes be perceived as dark. Your energy may sometimes be perceived as not nice, which is actually quite accurate. But some people confuse not nice for bad, for not good. And ultimately, I want to tell you that you are good. And it's actually mostly why you suffer. That's mostly why when people tell you that you're not nice, you try your best to actually show them you are nice, but you're never going to accomplish that because you're not nice. But what you need to understand is that you're good. And that's of a much better quality than niceness. And that's why you are having such a rich connection with divinity and with the part of divinity that is Inzunza. It's because you're authentic, it's because you're genuine, it's because you have depth, and because you're good. Yes. Oh. And the only reason why maybe certain people, or maybe people in your family may have a problem with showing you love and showing you support, is because they actually they're not able to even connect to the depth of love that you are able to connect to. Like, they don't even understand your depth of love. So, even if you feel like these people don't love you or don't support you, I would kind of be like, don't be sad. Like, no, I'm not trying to be mean. Oof, this is the part. This is why. But their love ain't shit anyways. And to be honest, that's what Nzunza teaches you, that you actually understand love. This is what love is between when and Nzunza, and what you are then like feel for others because of what you've been taught like internally, because of what has been awakened within you internally. What these people be feeling for one another ain't love. You have nothing to be jealous of. You have nothing to long for outside of yourself, because that shit ain't even real. What's real is your capacity to understand and to ultimately give the love that you give and understand. Um, Another thing that's kind of like bringing about certain reactions to people that have the Nzunza energy is the fact that you are so, is powerful the word? Yes, like, because kind of like resourceful. Let's use the word resourceful, because ultimately that is the power of Inzunza. Your ability to attract to you everything that you need. Even the pain and the trauma that you attract in your life is because you are able to transmute pain and trauma into things that later serve you. Your pain and your trauma later on become your servants. They later on become energies that bring in good shit, bring in opportunities and things that you need. You are able to mold energy. You is a magician. And it is that part of you that is also, it's like the part of you that is kind of seen as dangerous, because like I said, the level of power that Inzunza has is seen as dangerous because it's a lot. You're constantly shocking people with what you're able to achieve. You're constantly shocking people with what you're able to get over, with what you're able to survive. And yes, there's people that will look at you and look up to you and think, oh my God, this person is so amazing. This person is so inspiring. I so much want to be close to this person and learn these skills and adopt these skills. But there will also be people that are so imbalanced, that are still so restricted within themselves, that you mirror that restriction. And that is to say, you pull up a mirror where they are able to see that they are not as expansive as you are, which means that they don't have the many options in the ways of being as you have. And like, it makes them feel less than, and therefore they'll project that onto you and start saying that you could never accomplish certain things because you're not nice. What the fuck? Does that even make sense? That's so fucking stupid. You've grown. You've come very far. This reading is to also say that you've come very far. You're so not that person that could be played so easily, that was so ready to please another, or that was so ready to mold themselves into what was palatable for another. You've become a formidable force within your own right. You've earned your own respect, like the respect of your original template. Because obviously, at some point, you were running a template that wasn't yours, because I guess of being so afraid of how different your template was. But you've earned the respect of your original template, and ultimately, you've earned the respect of Inzunza Yako, and that's why it continues to stand by you. It continues to do its part of the connection that the two, like, you guys have, and it continues to extend itself throughout your reality. I don't know, I guess this is kind of like an appreciation message from Inzunza Yako to say, I see you, I see everything that you've been through, and you know that you are not alone. I see everything you've done to maintain the connection between us. I see everything that you continue to do, and I will continue to do my part because you have more than proved yourself. Now, allow me to show you more of what you did all of that for. Okay? So, yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. If the reading resonated, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to book a personal reading, all the information is in the description box. There you go.